What's going on? I'm Andrew, Ascent Engineering. Today we're going to be talking about voxl-2 FLIR Hadron, alright? Powerful combination. Let's use all the buzzwords. Alright, so we have our FLIR Hadron, shiny. And then we have our voxl-2 with the FLIR Hadron board. Now, you might have to email somebody over there to order one of these, but the nice thing is they do come pretty well wired up. Now, the only part that you need connecting is that right there. Like that red board comes wired to this red board. And you can see how I have it positioned right there. That's on J7. On the images online, they just have the voxl-2 mini. But if you do a little bit of, just make sure you have the pinouts right, and it should look something like that. It's almost like it's giving a thumbs up. Like that. So, the first thing that you're going to do is actually mount the FLIR. That back plate right there goes right in the FLIR. And you're not seeing it right now because I'm bad at my job as a video producer. But I'm plugging it in, pushing down the back plate. There we are. So now we're all wired up. Let's go ahead and give this thing some power. Hit up ADB shell. Alright, so I just powered it on. You're gonna see my messy desk. So it's sitting right there. And you should hear it clicking. If you don't know thermal cameras, they click, I guess. And let's go ahead and ADB shell into this thing. And I have my directions for this pulled up here as well. Come on. There we go. So the directions, honestly, if you're looking at them, seem kind of, I don't know, a lot, if you will. They're really not. You do need to go into, you need to install SDK 1.4.0 and then change the source to dev. So if you just look up like ModalAI, apt, change source, there you go. You're just configuring the voxel package manager, right? There it is. So you're pretty much just running this. And then you're just selecting dev. You're selecting 1 right there. And that's it. And that's how you essentially change the source to dev. I already did that, so I'm not going to do it again. And then after you do that, you can do an apt update, apt install, and those will install like the right versions of the modal pipeline, the portal, and the voxl-camera-server. And then we're just going to go through these steps. We're going to make sure that the right bin files are on here. Fantastic. That's for the OV64B. Now that is the RGB sensor that's on the Hadron. Then you just copy these over into the correct spots. I'm going to be honest with you, I already did this, so I'm not going to do it. What I am going to do, though, is I'm just going to list. I'll do this. I'll do LS. There you go. LS, camera, rep, goes on. So as you can see, it's under user lib camera. And I'm going to do the same thing for the OV64. They're both there. They're both under user lib camera. Now here's the part that we have to do for the GPIO pins. We just need to execute this command. Now, luckily it's the same as the voxl-2 mini, as you can see here, or voxl-2. And if we do a voxl camera swoop, voxel camera server L, you should see number of cameras detected, 2. One for the thermal, one for the RGB, which is great. Now, you literally just you can follow the directions, but you're going to take what's in voxl-camera-server, or take what's in here and paste it into voxl-camera-server.conf. Now, this is what this is doing, is just essentially setting your camera settings. They chose me to make this because they know that I talk to the common folk. See, your camera server.conf is your camera server configuration, just in case anybody didn't know that. We're gonna run voxel camera server. There we go. Started 2 of 2 cams. Now I only have this plugged in over ADB, so now the question is how are we going to view the voxel portal? This is a great time to talk about ADB forwarding. So if we do this ADB forward, and then on here we go to localhost 8080. Now we can view voxel portal, and we can see the boson camera. That's pretty cool. And then the high-res color, of course. A little delayed. The ADB forward isn't like the highest bandwidth operation. We'll switch back to the boson. It looks cooler anyway. Now, you know, like, it's like, how can we stream these? Like, how can we do a voxel? I'm not even on it. ADB shell. Voxel inspect servers. Do you even have... Okay, so voxel streamer is running. Don't ask me what it's running, what it's attached to. Oh, high-res small encoded. Oh, it's waiting for it to appear. That's right. But the great thing about the MPA pipeline is we'll just do an LS. You can see there's the boson. What else is around here? There's a high-res camera, high-res color, high-res gray. We're gonna redo voxel streamer to point at the high-res, or at the boson. Actually, what's my voxel Wi-Fi doing right now? ifconfig. Oh, it's connected to my network. Sick. Alright, so let's go ahead and open up. Hope you don't mind me doing just some live coding here. I just thought it'd be useful. For the rest of your days. Don't know why I have that song stuck in my head. Change this to the boson MPA pipeline. I haven't actually tried this, so this could just fail stupendously. We're going to stop the streamer. I'm going to start the streamer. I don't know if it'll use that config file. Oh, there we go. It's available. How do I want to access it? Let's launch Q ground control. Give the people what they want. I just keep on moving around my dumb face. Screen. Alright, so Q ground control application settings, blah 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 blah. We need to give it the address of my voxel on the local network, which I forgot what that was. It was 246. 246. 8900 live. I do something wrong? Oh, of course I did. There we go. Alright, and there we are. Oh, add some FLIR. Alright, that's it. That's how you do it. Works great. Love it. Get yourself one of the converter kits. Get yourself a Hadron. You can even go over to Grimsey, get yourself one of their gimbals. Might have to worry about the connections for that. But, because there's just one that comes out of the top, that coaxial, the micro coaxial, whatever you want to call it. Hadron, voxel 2, whatever. Connectors. Do AI. Do autonomous drone stuff. And have a great rest of your day.